Coming up on this edition of Sports Extra.
Wake up, everybody. Can't nobody beat UNC in Karen Shelton Stadium.
The score might as well have been 2-0 against Virginia Tech.
And UNC baseball is taking dubs in October.
All that and so much more. Sports Extra starts
right now.
From the University of North Carolina School of Media and Journalism, covering the full range of Tar Heel athletics. This is Sports Extra.
Welcome back to Sports Extra. I'm Adam Jordan.
And I'm Elena Pirtle. Dedication Day for the new Karen Shelton Field Hockey Stadium ended in the best way possible with a Heels win. The Deacons became frustrated early on as junior Catherine Hayden scored the first goal in the 18th minute. In the second half, the Heels decided to tack on 4 more goals to guarantee the win. Senior Mudleen Everett found the goal on a penalty corner 2 minutes into the second half. Everett would find the goal yet again on another penalty corner shortly after. Wake Forest would be able to put one in the back of the net, but 2 more goals from UNC at the end of the second half put an end to any hope the Deacons had. UNC gets the win 5-1 and clinches the top seed for the ACC tournament. On Sunday, the field hockey team traveled to Lynchburg, Virginia to match up with the Liberty Flames. The Heels started the game off strong, scoring within the first 5 minutes of the match. Junior Catherine Hayden played well offensively, scoring 2 goals for the day. The second one was her 12th goal of the season. UNC's offense and defense dominated the Flames. Goalie Amanda Hendry kept Liberty at 1 goal the entire match, ending the game at a solid 7-1 win for the Heels. This win pushed up the Heels to a season record of 13-0. They'll play Friday against Boston College. The university honored head coach Karen Shelton this weekend, dedicating the new field hockey stadium in her name. After 13 seasons at UNC, Coach Shelton has a number of noteworthy accomplishments to her name. She has 11 NCAA runner-up finishes, 35 winning seasons, and 6 NCAA championships. Coach Shelton has almost 4 times as many wins as losses, and she's second in the NCAA for career wins. The way this year's team is playing, that number is sure to rise. Through 13 matches, Carolina has an astounding 62 goals to only 6 for its opponents. No team has scored more than once against the Heels, and 7 times Carolina has gotten the shutout. That will add to the legacy.
In women's soccer, the Heels traveled to Syracuse on Sunday to take on the Orange in an ACC conference battle. Starting off with a free kick from Brianna Pinto, Bridget Andrzejewski finishes with a brilliant 5th minute header assisted by Pinto, and that was just the beginning of the Tar Heel dominance. Julia Ashley then takes a corner, putting the ball in the back of the net, again from Pinto, a 24th minute header. In the second half, though, Pinto took it upon herself to get things done, nailing her 3rd goal of the season in the 69th minute off a beautiful cross. That Heels would go on to score 7 goals and win 7-1.
3 former Tar Heels are part of Team USA, and the team took on Panama in a World Cup qualification game Sunday night in Cary. It was clear that our women's national team came to play when this header from Sam Mewis 5 minutes into the game gave the Team USA an early 1-0 lead. The rest of the match was centered around none other than the Team USA's Carly Lloyd. Lloyd followed up Mewis's goal with this goal from the corner, putting Team USA up 2-0, but Lloyd did not stop there. Just 6 minutes after her first goal, here she is getting by not 1, not 2, but 3 defenders to score her 2nd goal of the game. And in the 48th minute, it's Lloyd again. She puts USA up 4-0 with this hat trick. Team USA wins 5-0 and will take on Trinidad and Tobago on Wednesday. A win there puts the team in the semifinals.
Men's soccer wasn't quite as dominant as the women's team this weekend in one heck of a battle with Virginia Tech. The Heels controlled possession early, and it didn't take long for them to put this one past the keeper, taking a 1-0 lead. They followed that up with a 2nd goal, but after a little bit of discussion between the refs, a foul was called prior to the goal, and Coach Carlos Samuano was livid on the sideline. But right before the half, to add fuel to the fire, Tech pulled one in the back of the net in a top corner goal. The second half was tough sledding, and neither team controlled momentum. That is until Nils Bruning happened. A beautiful shot in the lower 90 in the final minutes of play, and the Heels took the game 2-1. And not only are the Heels happy with this win, they're excited to see Drew Murphy, a 6th-year player, get back on the field after multiple injuries took him off the pitch. Our Colleen Brown is live to tell us more. Colleen?
Drew Murphy has had a rough go of it, to say the least. I talked with him about his desire to come back for a 6th year and finish his Carolina and soccer story on his own terms. Take a look. Injury is a part of any athlete's life, but few athletes have gone through the ringer quite like men's soccer player Drew Murphy.
I've had 3 surgeries since then, and multiple procedures, tons of doctors. After every visit, every doctor you see, after every procedure, after every surgery, you kind of just have a different outlook on everything, and it's kind of why I'm still here.
A bad tackle while Murphy was still at UC Santa Barbara led to his first surgery, left ankle reconstruction. After transferring to UNC, he had other injuries, namely his Achilles. Despite therapy and 2 further surgeries, Murphy's inability to recover kept him off the field for 3 long years. Athletic trainer Alan Aguilar worked closely with Murphy during that time.
In 10 years that I worked with the team, it was the hardest injury to treat. And if you asked me 6 months ago, I would have told you it's the only injury that I didn't get better.
Murphy is no quitter, so he made a bold decision and decided to come back for an unprecedented 6th year.
I owe it to myself, but not in a selfish way, because it's just the amount of time and effort and heart and care and everything I put into this. I feel like I deserve to end my soccer career on a happy note rather than be angry at what's gave me so much happiness in my life.
Murphy relearned how to walk. He spent countless hours in therapy and had 30 different treatments, from platelet injections to hydrodissection. He still spends 3 hours a day doing breathing exercises. It's likely he'll live with pain for the rest of his life. Athletic trainer Christian Hunt wants to try and minimize that.
We also want them to be healthy after they're done. And so it's not simply a matter of, okay, we're going to pull you together with duct tape and prayers and hope you'll be able to survive the rest of the season.
Murphy's recovery took a turn for the better this summer when he started postural restoration therapy. He was cleared to start practicing and playing with his team.
Someone just said that, like, dude, stop smiling. Yeah, that's the best way to put it.
Drew has slowly but surely been building up his minutes, and you never know, by the end of this season, he could end up being a key player on this team.
The team is already 9-1 and undefeated in conference play. The addition of Drew would make the Heels ever scarier. Incredible story.
I don't know about you, but I am so excited to see Drew out of therapy and back on the field.
I think all of us are. Thanks, Colleen.
To switch gears, Carolina's men's golf team headed to Notre Dame this weekend for the first time in program history. Day 1 saw 4 Carolina golfers shoot below 70 for the first time since the Western Collegiate last spring. Ryan Gerard showed out on Sunday afternoon shooting a career-low 65. Day 2 versus the Irish is today, and Carolina starts the round in 3rd place.
The women's tennis team fell just short of the finals in the 2018 Riviera ITA Women's All-American Championships this weekend. UNC's top-seeded McKenna Jones lost 1-6 and 4-6 to Duke freshman Maria Mateas in the semifinals of main draw singles. Jones is ranked number 2 in the country and defeated a couple of top 15 ranked players to make it to the semifinals. The Heels will host the ITA Carolina Regional Championship later this month at Cone-Kenfield Tennis Center.
Despite a 3rd set comeback in Madison Laufenberg's career-high night with a total of 16 kills, North Carolina volleyball fell 3-1 to Miami in this ACC matchup. Laufenberg set the pace for the Heels, knocking down kill after kill and settling down the offensive game. Miami unable to dig that one there. Freshman Destiny Cox put down 13 kills, and this smart move making a full approach to the net to tip it over. Let's watch it again. She tips it right over the Miami block. But it wasn't enough for the Heels. Number 14, Colby Bird, was one of 4 Canes posting double-digit kills. Miami took the match 3-1. Head coach Joe Segula would have to wait until Sunday to have another shot at his 800th career win. On Sunday, the Heels moved from Miami to Tallahassee and started strong, taking the first set against the Seminoles Carolina's Mia Friedenberg matched her season high of 22 digs, but FSU's Peyton Caffrey hit a match high 16 kills to help the Seminoles come from behind to take the match 3-1. The Heels fall to 1-5 in ACC play, and Coach Segula will have to keep waiting.
Leadership is something we sometimes overlook in sports.
Coming up, we have to take a look at a leadership program that's helping cultivate the new crop of Carolina's athletes.
Here's to the things that can keep us safe. And now, those that we carry with us everywhere will bring us wireless emergency alerts. With the unique sound and vibration, you'll be in the know, wherever you are.
Label me.
You know you want to.
Don't be shy.
You do it behind my back.
So say it to my face.
You don't know me.
You know what I am?
I'm a pitcher.
I'm a striker.
I'm a point guard.
I'm a linebacker.
I'm a setter.
Shortstop.
High jumper. Wrestler.
Defender.
Goalie.
Student.
Student athletes.
That's who we are.
Label me.
You know you want to.
Don't be shy.
You do it behind my back.
So say it to my face.
You don't know me.
You know what I am?
I'm a pitcher.
I'm a striker.
I'm a point guard.
I'm a linebacker.
I'm a setter.
Shortstop.
High jumper. Wrestler.
Defender.
Goalie.
Student.
Student athletes.
That's who we are.
Welcome back, guys. I'm Natalie Harden. Here's what we have for you this week on What's Trending. Hoping to aid hurricane victims, UNC and USC came to a joint idea to play an exhibition game and donate the proceeds to relief efforts. This game would have been held in the Spectrum Center, home of the Charlotte Hornets, but the NCAA nixed the game. There's been a lot of talk about why, but when we get right down to it, here are the facts. The NCAA approved several other hurricane relief games last season, including South Carolina and Virginia. But an instance seems that the exhibition games forced the NCAA's hand. According to the NCAA rules, schools are allowed 2 exhibition games per season, 1 public, 1 non-public, and neither team was willing to give that up that they already had scheduled. Considering the hurricane caused about $22 billion in damages, lots of people think the NCAA should reconsider. Now let's talk a little bit about football. We didn't have a game this weekend, but the stadium had a big change. The plaque that hung on the outside of the Keenan football stadium was to honor William Rand Keenan Sr. originally. UNC Chapel Hill will change the name on the plaque at Keenan to now honor William Rand Keenan Jr., the son of Sr. William Rand Keenan Sr. was involved in the Wilmington racial violence of 1898, and the university is putting some distance between itself and that time of American history. And finally, for you guys, I have a heartwarming story about some fundraising that the UNC's rowing team has partaken over the past week. Our Caroline Boyer has more.
The UNC rowing team is rowing toward a cure and toward a goal of raising $10,000. Throughout the month of October, the team is raising money to support breast cancer research at the UNC Lineberger Comprehensive Cancer Center through the 8th annual Ergathon. The team set up rowing machines in the pit and had a contest to see who could row the fastest in 2 minutes. The winner received a UNC basketball signed by Roy Williams. For those who aren't athletic, there was still an opportunity to participate by buying a shirt or playing a guessing game. Even Chancellor Carol Folt joined in on the fun.
They do this every year, and so that means that the Cancer Center actually can depend on this extra revenue, and the truth is they can never have too much in the fight for cancer, so it's a wonderful commitment.
Junior Bridget Tarnowski organized this year's Ergathon. While Tarnowski was in high school, her aunt died from her 3rd battle with breast cancer. Her aunt's death inspired her to become involved in planning this event.
Arriving on campus my freshman year and getting to be a part of this event and seeing that this cause is so near and dear to this team, I immediately knew that I wanted to be a part of helping this cause and also organizing this event.
Many of the women on the team have a connection to breast cancer, including junior Sally Stanley. Her aunt is a survivor.
Not only are we obviously raising money for breast cancer as a whole, but we're on UNC's campus, and UNC Lineberger does a lot for cancer research in general, so we're also just supporting our community.
Other athletics teams showed their support for the Ergathon by wearing pink and participating in the 2-minute challenge. In the future, Tarnowski wants the fundraiser to involve the entire athletics department. We're only 1 week into October, and the team has already raised more than $5,000 for the Lineberger Center. In Chapel Hill, I'm Caroline Boyer reporting.
Such a great story. The team is accepting donations through the end of October. To donate, visit uncrowing.xtra.org. That's what's trending this week.
The UNC hockey team returned to the ice Friday night and took on Georgetown University at PNC Arena. And after falling behind 1-0 in the first period, the Tar Heels bounced right back in the second. In the 12th minute, it was forward John Beeson tying the game at 1. But the Heels were unable to quiet the Hoyas' offense as Georgetown forward Nick Gallo propelled his team to victory by scoring 2 goals of his own. To finish off the Heels, the Hoyas' Jack Kavanaugh gets the interception and scores. With 2 minutes to play in the third period, the Tar Heels lose 6-2. They take on NC State at PNC Arena on October 22nd.
In women's softball, the Tar Heels took on the UNCG Spartans in an exhibition game on Friday. UNC struggled early on, committing small errors such as this dropped out in the bottom of the first. But despite the bobbles, the Tar Heels consistently scored 1 run per inning for the first 5 innings, giving them a 5-0 lead. However, freshman Delaney Crumby nailed a grand slam in the bottom of the 4th for UNCG. The game was tied in the bottom of the 7th until Spartan senior Jasmine Palmer gets a single and a heart-crushing walk-off RBI, ending the game for the Tar Heels. UNCG wins this one 6-5.
And the baseball team got some more practice swings in Sunday before the Heels play the Fall World Series this weekend. Picking it up right in the top of the 9th, College of Charleston down 5-4. Charleston's Ari Sechapoulos hits a dinger to right field to tie it up at 5. But have no fear, Tar Heels, because in the bottom of the 9th, it was newcomer Dylan Harris stepping up to the plate and hitting a walk-off no-doubter over the right field fence to claim the scrimmage 6-5. The Heels will be back at the Bosch on Friday night at 6 p.m.
Carolina Athletics' Richard A. Bador Leadership Academy is celebrating 15 years. Our Sydney Persing, an athlete in the Leadership Academy, takes a closer look at one of its most popular programs.
Once a month, 72 student athletes make their way to the 3rd floor of Loudermilk, overlooking Keenan Stadium. This is Carolina Cultivate, a program that trains upperclassmen athletes to mentor first years. Mentors learn icebreakers, leadership activities, and discussion prompts to help them lead their mentees. The role is voluntary, so what makes it worthwhile to these already busy student athletes? For senior rower Sarah Zetterberg, it's all about what the program meant to her as a freshman.
This was a space where I could learn what it meant to be a student athlete at Carolina and the culture that came with that and the expectations that were around being a student athlete.
Just 4 nights after the mentors wrap up training, it's time for Carolina Navigate, the mentor-mentee monthly meeting. The mentors put all their hard training to work, and it pays off, at least according to freshman track and field athlete Cameron Pettit.
My mentors have really taken interest in getting to know us on a personal level and also being there to answer questions or be a resource for us whenever we need help or need advice.
And that's Assistant Athletic Director Cricket Lane's favorite part.
It's amazing to me that a lot of student athletes feel that they're the only ones going through certain things, and once they talk to another group of athletes in a different sport, they can get some insight and it can be really helpful to them.
As the program celebrates 15 years, Lane and her colleagues are looking forward to 15 more. In Chapel Hill, I'm Sydney Persing, reporting.
What a neat way to train the next generation of Carolina athletes.
The football Heels return to action on Saturday, and the motto for the week and the rest of the season is stop turning the ball over. After a bye week, Carolina will need to take care of the ball no matter who's starting at QB. Nathan Elliott and Chaz Surratt committed 6 turnovers in the 47-10 loss to Miami, and that's been their downfall as the Heels are, get this, 129th out of 129 FBS schools in turnover margin this season. Virginia Tech is tied for the lead in the division, but has suffered some tough losses, including a 45-23 defeat Saturday to Notre Dame, and before that, a stunning setback to Old Dominion. If you want some good news, though, for 4 straight Saturdays, Carolina hasn't lost a football game. We know you were busy celebrating, so here's what you missed on the gridiron this weekend across the country. Number 6 Notre Dame is threatening the CFP after crushing Virginia Tech 45-23. Game's turning point game on this 40-yard TD from Ian Brook to Miles Boykin. The Heels will battle the Hokies Saturday night at Keenan. Undefeated Kentucky, yes, that Kentucky, couldn't stop Texas A&M and Travion Williams from rolling into victory in OT. Red River rivalry now, the Longhorns winning it on a 40-yard field goal. The ever asked question, Texas back? Is Florida State the new Clemsoning? It might be after Miami came roaring back from down 20 to win on a 41-yard pass from Nkosi Perry to Brevin Jordan. So Elena, I gotta ask you, what's your prediction for this week?
Well, as you said, Adam, Virginia Tech is coming off of that Notre Dame loss, and considering that and that the Heels in 3 of their 4 games played so far, they've scored fewer than 20 points in 3 of those games. I'm going with the Hokies on this one.
Yeah, I think I am too, but I think I'm going to make it pretty close. I'm going to go ahead and say 45-42, Hokies win it.
Alrighty.
Well, that's all for us. Thanks for watching Sports Extra. Have a great week.